Hey guys, Eric G here. Whether you're camping, tailgating, or running backup power near the RV, weather can change fast. A generator still needs to run outside, but rain and snow can put your power plant at risk. Gen 10 helps protect your portable generator while it's running, without blocking airflow or access to controls. Keep your power ready for the trip, no matter the weather. Visit gen10.com/Eric G. While you're there, make sure and use promo code PREPARE for $25 off any Gen 10 kit through July 4th.
From coast to coast, it's the nation's #1 home improvement radio show and podcast with certified kitchen designer Eric G. and co-host John Dudley, a former contractor and online technology expert, delivering real fixes, smart tech, and trusted advice. Remodels, repairs, energy savings, smart homes, DIY. We've got your answers. It's Around the House. Dive in and get inspired.
Welcome to the Around the House show, your trusted source for everything about your home. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Eric G. This summer, we have been celebrating America with our America 250 campaign, trying to find those legendary companies that are manufacturing right here in the United States. And today we've got one of my favorites, Ardex Americas, and of course, my brother from another mother, William White. Welcome to Around the House, brother.
Hey, Eric, how you doing today?
Great to see you, my friend. And you and I go way back.
We do.
We won't even go far back, but let's put it this way. We were in Boy Scouts together back in the day. So this is kind of old home week for me, having a great chat with you. And I got to give you credit, William. You are my go-to source for tile. And I thought I knew everything until I started working on my house with you. Really showed how little I did know about it.
Well, just sharing my knowledge, my friend.
And it's deep, and I love it, man. And thanks for coming on today. And I love what Ardex is doing out there. Made in America is such a big thing out there. And not only is it great for the American worker and people out there, it really gives you guys the best control of the product because it's already here in the States, which sometimes can be half the battle.
Yeah, exactly. And the other piece that I add to that is also supported, right? Made here, but also supported here. So got people out in the field to support the contractors who are doing those installations every day in the field, which is really kind of cool too.
It really is. And I think that's the one thing with tile and surfaces like this, of all the different products that you guys create out there, is there's so many different situations out there where the package materials of what they give you of, okay, this is how you use it, but there's those what abouts. Yeah. And that's where the support is so important to me because every installation is a little different.
No two are exactly the same, right? So especially as we talk about all over the United States, 50 states in the union, and they all have different conditions, right? Different substrates, different installation contractors, different everything, different weather, different. It's just crazy.
Installing outdoor tile in Pittsburgh is way different than South Beach, Florida.
This is true.
Though you might use the same materials if you pick the right ones out there. It's just how you do it and make sure that you cover it, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So I wanted to talk about, you guys are big on the systems, and that's what I love because as an installer for the professional and even the homeowner out there, you guys aren't really found on the home improvement shelves, but you're with the experts out there. And that's what I like. And you can dive into a system and it's going to carry you through the project, which I think is brilliant.
Exactly. So we do look at system assemblies, right? We're typically starting with substrate prep and building all the way out to the finish. And quite often, a lot of our products aren't really even seen at the end of it. So it's what's underneath that really counts though, right? So starting with substrate prep, making sure that the substrate is proper, and then building up from there with the proper adhesives, the proper waterproofing, whatever is necessary. Again, no two jobs are exactly the same, but to build that all the way out, right?
Absolutely. And that prep is so key. It can make that job go so easy, or you're going to fight it the entire way.
Yep. Especially as we start getting into more and more installations where moisture is a problem. And I'm talking interior installations. I know you mentioned exterior, but even interior installations, as we're getting into more materials that are moisture sensitive, vinyls and some of our hardwood installations and these things, and even tiles, as tiles are getting bigger and grout joints are getting smaller and smaller, moisture is becoming an issue that comes up through the slab or through the substrate and dealing with that. So a lot of times that's actually where we starting there, preventing moisture from coming up and then building up. Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense because you think about it. If you're putting down large format tiles on a concrete slab, for instance,
yep,
that's a whole other world because that is like one big sponge. And then what are you doing to protect that, to protect the installation? Because you could make that go super smooth or it goes sideways.
Yeah. Yeah. So then, and then you mentioned a large format tile. Well, also large format tiles need a flatter substrate. When we used to have really small tiles, they could follow a substrate that wasn't necessarily perfect. Now you get big tiles and they can't follow that substrate. And you end up with these teeter-totters or lippage or ledging there that makes it an undesirable installation. So you need to do proper prep, right? And that's where some of our newer technologies come in. We've got some crazy new technologies out there that are really fun, like B1300. I don't even think I've got to talk to you about that one, Eric.
No, let's hear it.
B1300 is a new underlayment that we have that is crazy coverage out of it, high flow. Like it's one of our exciting things that I got to be a part of when I moved here to Pittsburgh, working with our R&D team to develop this product. We launched it last year, and it is the fastest growing product in the entire Ardex global group.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Well, it's so big because you think about it, especially with like we were talking about with large format. Who says that those things are even flat and square? Those things can have their own little curl to them, right?
They can for sure. Yeah.
And then when you're putting that onto maybe the not so perfect floor, you're really depending, that whole installation is depending on what's between that slab and what's between that tile.
Exactly. Yep.
The one thing I like too is just how easy the product is to work with. Like you said, you guys have really worked that in. And even doing my bathroom, when you and I were up there knocking that out, just putting in the heated floor and the whole tile system. And that was complex because we had a steam shower, we had different materials, and heck, you even caught a major error from a major company that was an installation error as far as their directions.
What their
and that was a big deal.
Stated. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, of course, you never choose to do anything easy. You've always got to have it complicated. Yeah. That's you. But you look at putting in that heat, and then we did pour an underlayment over top of it, and that made the rest of the tile installation go really easy. And that's where that proper prep comes in. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. And you guys have been chasing down like the self-leveling products you guys have been the king of that for a number of years. And it seems like you just keep getting it better and better and more innovation.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize this, but Ardex actually invented self-leveling cement, or underlayments as we call them now. Ardex actually invented that. Wow. And so we make a lot of them. They all do something a little bit different, but we are king in that technology realm of how to pour cement really thin, really strong, get it really flat.
See, that's the key right there. And at the same time, it's got to cure within a reasonable amount of time as well. So there's a lot of different facets to that animal, because if one goes wrong, that slows you down.
And you'd be surprised at the chemistry that goes into it. That's one of my most exciting parts about moving here to corporate and being here is going and talking with the R&D guys and looking at all the little science that they put into it. It's pretty cool.
I can imagine.
And the
other thing I love what you guys do too is your Ardex Academy. You're flying all over the place doing stuff, and you and I are always chatting on the road, but your training is so big because these products are technical and you need to have the training for this stuff.
Well, training, and that training goes to support the contractors, right? The guys that are using this product every day. But even a lot of them have never been through official or proper training. And that's what Ardex Academy is all about, is providing training to contractors, architects, designers, to really get them knowledgeable about what proper assemblies are and what some of the newer technologies are. Because just because we're up to date 10 years ago things have changed massively in all of our industries, the flooring industry, the tile industry, the moisture remediation industry, the surfaces like the polished concrete toppings that we manufacture as well. All of those has changed so much in the last 10 years that if you did training 10 years ago, it's probably time to come back and do training again. The cool thing is we make it pretty easy. We've got 6 facilities across US. Nice. We train at dedicated Ardex facilities. We also do them out in the field as well. So training is a big part of what we do at Ardex, definitely.
Well, it's funny. It seems with the tile guys that I know out there that are the pros, they get into their groove and this is how I do it. And it's got to be interesting because that's one of those trades that it's like, I've done it this way for 20 years. Trying to get them to open up the knowledge base and say, there's an easier way, or maybe you're not doing this right per the specifications. You're 90% there, but if you do the other 10%, that's got to be tough because that's one of those trades that people get in a groove and they don't want to come out of it.
Yeah. And not to say that they were taught wrong or that they've been doing it wrong, but maybe there are better ways, easier ways, faster ways to get better results. And ultimately, that's what it's about for the contractor is how do I get more work done in a single day? And how do I make more money? Because times are tough and times are tighter. So that's what we want to help them with is how to actually make more money.
And see, that's key. And not have those callbacks, right? Not have the, oh my gosh, that tile popped off the bathroom wall, or I got a broken tile in the middle of the entryway that who knows what happened here. But those are the ones that can take a day or a day and a half. And there's no profit in that when you need to go back out and fix stuff.
As soon as you go back to a job site to even deal with a complaint, there's no money in that whatsoever. And there's also the frustration factor is people have been using maybe some older technologies of products and going home at the end when you're having to fight with a product. And Eric, you and I have both done this on our own personal remodels, right? You use a product and you fight with it. Yeah, you get it done. And then you found out there's a better way. And that's what we're about, is trying to show you there's a better way. For sure.
Yeah. And we're pushing products way harder than we used to. Steam showers, for instance, and all these things that we're putting into homes that you'll see an old school tile installer. They put the green board drywall up in the shower and they tile right over the top of it. And then somebody installs a steam unit in there and wonder why this went sideways. And great, that was 1982 technology you just did right there, but it's not going to hold up to today's use and the materials out there.
Exactly. Yep.
So that part I think is awesome. But
Producer Jim here with a challenge. You've got a phone in your hand right now. I know you do. So open your podcast app, find Around the House with Eric G, and smash that 5-star review. Takes less time than picking out paint, and it helps homeowners everywhere find the show. If it's funny, we might even talk about it in the show. Rate it, review it, share it. Done? Great. Back to Eric.
hey guys, it's Eric G with Around the House. If you're looking to upgrade your home with beautiful stone, check out Evolve Stone. This premium composite stone veneer is proudly made in the USA. It's lightweight, cuts like wood with ordinary tools, and installs fast with a finish nailer, giving you that high-end masonry look on siding, fireplaces, feature walls, outdoor kitchens, and more. It stands up beautifully to UV, freeze thaw, and tough weather anywhere. We just celebrated their fantastic Made in America heritage in our latest episode, so make sure and go back and listen. You'll love it. Right now, use promo code ATH26 for a free sample sent right to you. Visit evolvestone.com today and tell them Eric G sent you. Really, I think out in the industry, there is nobody that manages that technical expertise like you guys do. It's all about the instructions. And I see other brands out there. I've been to so many other training seminars at flooring places and stuff like that to see it. And some of these products are kind of homeowner friendly where they do okay, right? Yeah. They've got a lot of forgiveness to them, but you expect a little less out of them. And I think that's where the strength of your products come out, because if you follow the directions and you do it right, you've got something that's going to exceed virtually any other product.
Exactly. That's what we tell people. And a lot of times if it's their first time using a product, we'll even say that is literally just follow the instructions that are on the back of the bag, back of the product to the letter, and it will do exactly what it's supposed to do. Oh, well, I've never had to do that before. I'm telling you, if you do it to the letter, what's on the back of the bag, it will 100% always do what it's supposed to do.
It's like baking the cake, right? You're getting the box, you're going to follow it. It's going to turn out okay if you follow the directions.
Exactly. And that's what the recipe's for, right? Is to make it replicatable every single time.
So what are some of the latest products you've been using out there now? You and I haven't worked together side by side for over a year now. And of course, I don't get to see all the latest stuff, but what's some of the new stuff you guys are using out there that's been hitting the marketplace to make things easier or better?
So we touched on how moisture can be an issue nowadays, right? So starting with moisture, we've got some new single coat moisture barrier, which is called VB100, which is a vapor barrier. Mm-hmm. It's a single coat product. Roll it on. Sorry, it's a two coat, but it's just roll on. Where a lot of times a lot of products in the past have been epoxy based, and yes, we do have our MC Rapid that is a single coat product that is epoxy based. But here we have something that doesn't require. It's not a 2-part mix. Plain mad scientist on a job site. You can open it up, mix, just stir up the contents, and roll it out. So VB100, and then you couple that with something like our V13, because the VB100 also acts as a primer, right?
Oh,
so
cool.
It's moisture barrier and your primer. And then you go with our new V1300 that can go down to an 8 high flow for 29 square feet at 1/4 of an inch. This stuff is crazy to work with, and it looks like glass when it's poured out there. You can go on concrete, you can go on plywood. It's super versatile. It's our new killer out there in the industry.
That's great for doing the new trends out there, like the curbless showers and stuff like I did in mine. Exactly. It just flows right where you want it to. And it was so much fun, especially if you're putting down Flexbone or something like that down there as well.
Exactly. Yep.
And for the guys out there that don't know, Flexbone is that a decoupling membrane with the heated? Is that kind of what that's called?
Yeah, so there's 2 versions of Flexbone, right? So we have our version that is just a decoupling or uncoupling mat. It's an 1/8 inch thick that is going to prevent any cracks or movement from coming up into your tile work. We also have a 1/4 inch version that you can put a wire into, like we did your house, with a heated wire in there to create a heated floor. And that is also an uncoupling as well with the heat element in it.
Yeah, that is so important, especially when you've got plywood that's flexing, you've got concrete subfloor that's cracking or moving.
Crack. Yeah.
Yep. How many times have you walked into a commercial building and you're walking in and you see all these jagged cracks where the concrete crack below it, and you can just see where it went underneath the tile, and you can go, well, they missed that.
Yep. One of our favorite stores right there in Portland, their showroom had cracks run right down through the middle of their walkway. And I'm like, you could have prevented that.
Same thing when I was in Las Vegas at the North Hall out there. They've got the big entry there. There's probably a 200-foot crack across their tile going across that convention hall.
Yeah.
It's just racing across like it's a fault line. And you can just see where that is just telescoped up through the floor. And if you're a homeowner, that's just a nightmare, because that's just going to stick out like a scratch on a brand new car.
It does. We know 3 things about concrete. Gray, gonna crack, and nobody's gonna steal it, right?
Exactly.
It's just a matter of where's it gonna crack. Sometimes we don't know. That's what those uncoupling membranes or anti-fracture membranes do for us. Inexpensive, and they keep those cracks from coming up through the tile work and through the finish.
That is awesome. I wanted to kind of go back into the Made in America stuff with you guys here. Are you guys making that all at your headquarters there in Pennsylvania, or is it around the country?
So we actually have 5 different manufacturing facilities across the U.S. spread out from coast to coast, right?
Nice.
So we've got one in California. We've got one in Georgia. We've got our main headquarters here just outside of Pittsburgh, and we do manufacture here as well. So it is kind of cool. We have also a manufacturing facility in Bourbon, Illinois, just outside of Chicago. So we've got manufacturing at 5 different locations across the U.S. Across the U.S., we employ about 400 people here in the U.S. And then globally, we're about 4,000 people globally. Yeah.
That's incredible. You guys have such a great global footprint. And it's funny to think that the U.S. is just a small part of that.
Yeah. And again, part of that is also our distribution network too. That distribution network, again, is based on American businesses. And we have some great partnerships that go back 30 plus years here in the US, 40 years. And yeah, we're celebrating America 250, but Ardex wasn't here back then. And
Sure.
tile was a little bit different back then and homes were different. But we're here in the US, we've got relationships going back 30, 40, 50 years here, which is pretty cool.
That is super cool. And for you guys too, that's about relationships, right? It seems like once that tile installer, that homeowner knows your stuff, you're not changing them. Once they get in, they're like, hey, I'm not going anywhere. This is the way to go.
Exactly. Those relationships and those distributor relationships and the contractor relationships, it really all comes together. It's a trifecta there. And then you add the architects and design and specifiers in there as well. It really is about creating that energy for everybody.
And we've talked a lot about what goes behind these surfaces. When you're talking grouts and things like that, you guys really excel. I love working with your grout. That is just like peanut butter and it cleans up easy. I'm not getting covered in, because I like black grouts. Come on, I like the dark charcoal stuff. And other brands, it looks like I was cleaning out the barbecue or something when I'm done.
When you're done, yeah.
Your stuff, for some reason, cleans up just super easy, and it's impressive.
Again, different technologies that Ardex is using than some of those other manufacturers. And like at your house on your backsplash, we did black grout on that, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. And that was actually DG1 grout, which is a single component ready to use grout. That was cool. My favorite grout.
Yeah.
I'm remodeling my house and it's what I'm putting in my house. But like you said, the cool thing there is rather than looking like you just got done cleaning out the barbecue and your hands are all stained black, the pigment's actually on each individual grain of sand. So you don't have to worry about staining the counters, making this huge black mess if you're using black grout. But all grout colors will typically leave a residue. And that DG1 doesn't. Again, just crazy new technologies that we have available.
And I had that behind the 48-inch range, so it was getting grease. It was getting beat up. Because when I'm cooking, it's a mess. And it's spaghetti sauce, it's whatever. And it was just a simple wipe. There was no need to go in and didn't have to go back and do a bunch of sealing on it and do all that maintenance stuff that you have to do with the older style materials.
Yeah, with the older grouts. Yeah.
And I think that's the key too, is the use of it afterwards. It's all great when it's installed. People move in, it's great. But if you do a light colored grout, that can be the maintenance nightmare, whether it's on a floor, a backsplash, or a bathroom.
Yeah, on the old school grout. Yeah, that used to be a difficult maintenance issue where you're having to scrub it and then reseal it and do all this. Now with newer technologies, grout maintenance, it's not a thing. No one wants to spend their Saturday or Sunday scrubbing grout lines. I got better things to do with my time.
I love it. Well, William, we're running out of time. How do people find your products out there? How do they get involved with this? If they're an installer, how do they find out where the latest education is? That kind of stuff.
Well, the best thing to do is actually visit our website, ardexamericas.com. We're also on all the social medias, the Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, all of that. We do post, all of our trainings are posted online as well. So if anyone hearing this is interested in training, absolutely reach out to us. We offer specialized training on our different product categories. So we kind of break them down by segments, if you will, and do them on tile, do them on flooring, do them on moisture mitigation systems, do them on our polished or finished surfaces, all kinds of different trainings out there.
Yeah, I love the products you guys have. It's so wide ranging. And guys out there, if you haven't messed with this stuff before, whether you're a homeowner, contractor, take a look. There are so many easy buttons wrapped up in your product line. I can't believe it. Every time I get done working with you, William, it's one of those things where I turn around and go, wow, okay, I like that adhesive. I'm using that for other stuff or whatever we're working on. So that stuff makes it easy. And there's a lot of answers there that can really make it a lifetime installation just about. You're going to get tired of that tile before the product fails. And at that point, I think that's a win.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
William, thanks for coming on today, brother. I always appreciate you. I love the wisdom that you put into this stuff. And Thanks to Ardex Americas for bringing that stuff to the U.S., supplying those jobs and making it right here, and it just makes it easier for everybody. And that's great jobs for America.
As always, good to catch up with you, Eric. We'll see you
Thanks,
next
brother.
time.
I'm Eric G. You've been listening to Around the House.
You don't want to be a Debbie Downer. Just turn a frown upside down. Don't be a stick in the mud. Grab your buddy, grab your bud.
Take this good time and turn it up louder. No one ever talks about the nights they went to bed, counting them sheep, catching Z's, getting beauty rest. Acting your age don't make for good story. Knock one back, no buzz, no glory. No one ever talks about the shots they didn't take, drinks they never drank, hell they never raised.
Beauty meets intelligence with Baldwin, engineered by a Level Lock, where luxury hardware meets smart technology. All the timeless elegance of a traditional deadbolt, now with the smart system hidden inside the door. No bulky hardware, no visible batteries, just beautifully crafted solid brass. Unlock with your phone, keypad, or even a classic key. Let guests in remotely, seamlessly every time. Advanced Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and Matter compatible. Powerful performance without changing how your door looks. Security, convenience, and stunning design working together perfectly. Baldwin by Level Lock. Luxury unclocked. Check it out for yourself at baldwinhardware.com/level or your favorite hardware showroom.